Hello, everybody! We're back. Now look, I know I said I was probably going to stream on Thursday, but I had something very, very important to do. And that was to go through that entire section again, so I could go through those side quests that I missed. And then get sad when I realized that they probably weren't worth going back for. But you know what? You know what? It doesn't matter. We're all good. It's all good. We're all fine, right? Maybe? I don't know. Hold on, I'm trying to fix a thing that I keep seeing. There we go. Yeah, oh yeah, also Windows Update came in not too long ago, and it absolutely destroyed my audio settings, so I don't even know if I can hear like half the stuff that you guys can. Oh, I should probably make sure that I can hear that, just so I know. Alrighty, so that's good. Yeah, so, yeah, that's basically what I did Thursday. Instead of streaming, I went through that entire thing again to do side quests that meant nothing. And the only thing that you guys didn't see me do on stream was I picked up that side quest down there that the boatman had. But otherwise, it's pretty much the same stuff. Even got the same weapon again. I got everything. The only reason I didn't just go out and do that side quest is because it's in this same zone with the main quest. And usually that means that you get some flavor text, and I didn't want anyone to miss that, so there you go. I should probably just make sure I'm stocked.
Perhaps I should just have Blackthorn make me a new one.
Do it, nerd.
Well,
Blackthorn's
don't just
cool.
stand there gawping. Coin purse weighing you down.
Alright, cool, I got everything.
Is that all?
Alright, bye-bye. Bye-bye, lady. Oh, right, I forgot. I can do this. Let's go inspect the trees for the boatman. I was expecting some flavor text about quest, but I guess I could have done this at any time. Sick. Sick combat roll. How do I play this game?
Felling a forest, I said. The trees don't have teeth.
And oh, come on, that's a kill. Hey. This combo isn't working as magic basically. I don't know if it's just because like the enemies are stronger or what. Oh yeah, I think Tortle killed that one back there. Nice. Good job, Tortle. Oh, that's where I was supposed to get the sap, was from these dudes? Oh. Well, there you go, pitcher wax. Big old
I
thing
can't
at
imagine
your
Obelisk needing any more than this. Time to head home.
Alrighty. Or time to head for the main quest.
Finished.
Sick. I'm not sure how I got that execution hit right off of my dash, but I'll take it. Because it was fun. Oh, the other thing I actually did this weekend instead of stream was I got to about the end of Tears of the Kingdom. At least the end of what I want to do in it. Which is quite a lot. I'll have to look it up. I forgot how the Switch, how you can look up your game time on Switch. I know there's a way. At least there used to be. But I'll have to look it up. I definitely got a good few hours in there, at least 40. Of just dicking around. Although I will say that game still did not fix the biggest problems I had with Breath of the Wild, which was combat. I don't like how the combat feels. I don't really like how weapon durability works in that game. And, yeah, that's pretty much it.
What happened here?
Come on.
What the fuck?
We need to find the others.
Oh.
Fucking
One thing that they did get right, though, is just
They
walking
are
around the
Martha.
world.
They'll have the old rest to answer to.
I mean, just walking around and exploring
Let's
that
get
world
you
is
to a physical,
pretty fun.
shall we?
Sorry.
Something that I wish more games had that
Sid?
feeling
Said
of.
you'd be coming. I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
You, could say that, yes. They're saying the Imperials descended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but all our efforts got her were a pair of iron shackles and a hard march.
Any idea where?
Judging by their tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the Abbey, sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards. Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But, before you go,
No,
one of the locals heard something.
done
Said the
helping.
soldiers were talking about a culling.
Oh, sick.
I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good. Be careful out there, Sid.
You do the same.
Cole is
So we're
right.
going back over to the
That
sick
was no
place.
tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire. The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone. The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
Hey, buddy. What do you have? Only stuff that's worse than what I have? Cool. Get out of here. Don't need you.
Oi, look sharp!
No.
What?
Alrighty. Oh, the other thing is, I don't remember if I had talked about this last Monday, but I've bought most of the parts for a new PC setup. So maybe I'll actually be able to, you know, stream Apex. That would be, like, super fun. Get the boys back together, see if they're willing to help me out.
Look. Up ahead.
A lady! I've never seen one of those.
Arthur.
Jill, have you ever seen one?
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You
Oh
have
no,
to
it
do
is
something.
Martha.
Tell us what happened.
What happened? The damn Black Shields, that's what happened.
The Black Shields.
The bastards caught wind. The abbot and I were helping bearers. They were gonna hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds. Poor souls turned on the Imperials. Distracted them long enough for me to get away.
Then they may still be alive. Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn? Cole is there with the other curse breakers.
I think so. Thank you, Clive.
And then she got killed by one of those weird little bloat flies on the way back. The end.
Black Shields. Is this some sort of twisted joke? There has only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria, and they fought to defend all her citizens.
Oh, damn
Seems a
it.
step too far. Even for the Empire.
I was really trying to avoid combat here. How do I... God, I forgot how to play this game. It's amazing how much I forget.
So well.
Oh, I moved. Alright, cool. Yeah, so I bought basically a whole new PC setup. Including a brand new, like, basically all the parts, because I'm just gonna build. just like I did with this current computer that I'm streaming off of.
Are we too late?
There might still be someone inside.
Stabbed all of the sick people who are dying to death. Oh no.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them. Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offense.
I already am an enemy of the Empire.
And for their crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law. To dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our swords we swear.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long.
Hiya! I don't, yeah, I was gonna say, I don't actually know what that does. How do you like that, bitch? Come here. Oh, okay, no, that didn't kill it. I was kind of expecting that to be the final blow. But I'll take a dismissive little stab in the back, that's fine. I'll take that.
Is that all of them?
I think so.
Quest complete. But yeah, so new stream setup. The one thing that I didn't realize though is I accidentally bought a mic that is, I thought it was a USB mic, but I accidentally bought the version that is XLR only. And I don't have anything to connect, I don't have like an audio interface to connect it to. So, yeah. Oh, the other thing is I'm still waiting on like a couple parts to come in, so I can't quite build it yet.
Alive.
So hopefully, like, next month sometime I'll have it. Priesty boy, where are you? That's not the priest.
Found her.
Is that the... No, I don't think so.
The abbot.
Oh, okay, there he is.
The bearers died protecting him.
Well, they didn't do a very good job,
upon
did
what
they?
little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
They are. Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The cullings will continue.
Why are they calling you guys?
Rosaria will never be saved unless we save her. Tell Mother to beg Sin's aid and tell her this wasn't her fault.
I shall.
Sin! Where are you? Sin!
Who is that?
We found a survivor!
That Gav, or is that one of the curse breaker
Clive.
dudes?
He's gone.
Don't mind, who's up for a pint at the inn? Just completely dismiss what had happened here. You're not Gav.
We've laid the abbot to rest, but the bearers, they didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice.
What
They
is
knew the
this
fate
bag?
that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms.
Why is everybody
Fighting
looking at
for
this
those who
important
fought
bag?
for
What
them.
is this? What's in the
Arthur said they
bag?
rose from their beds.
What's in the bag,
threw
man?
themselves
What's in
at
the
Imperials as soon
bag?
the abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Radix Jump. The currents there are swift. If the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
Release! Wait, so all of the remains of the bears are in this bag, right? And there's no way like a normal human body could fit in a bag that size, right? So did we literally go around smashing up the statue people so that they would turn down into dust and we could cast their ashes? Is that what happened here? Is that a correct reading of what happened? Because that's kind of brutal. I don't know that that's actually any better than what they were doing. How do I get to there? I guess down here further. No, yeah, probably down this. What the fuck is that? Oh, it's an actual thing I have to fight. All right. Notorious mark. Oh, this is how notorious marks unlock, isn't it? Every now and then, Clive may encounter creatures larger, faster, and more ferocious than most. While flight is always an option, defeating these notorious marks can earn them a lot of renown. And also, rare materials can be used in crafting new gear or upgrade existing items.
Do you think it's spotted us, Torgal? What am I saying? Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball.
Ooh, hello. Ooh, okay. Ooh, you are more on the strong side, ain't you?
Nice try.
Ow.
Nice try.
Oh, wait, what? That's not the one I want? Okay, never mind.
I needed that.
That's the wrong style for what I was trying to do.
Too slow.
clogging. Okay.
Too slow. Too slow.
Dang, I was hoping I could get the stagger before. No. You don't get to hit me.
Well done, Togo.
What is hitting me? Oh, that. Oh, boy.
Too slow. Nice try.
Go.
Enough.
Sick. That wasn't too bad. Especially since I think we're about to go back to town here soon.
You didn't see that coming.
Sick. He did. I am out of potions. Exactly what I was hoping for.
That must be the bridge.
Nothing's gonna attack me here, is there? I can just pick up all these glowy things. Please, thank you. I love scattering masonry, don't you?
So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
Amen.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
Alright, let's go back so I can heal myself properly. I gotta say, this world is kind of, like, boring to just run around in. I mean, we got these trash mobs here, but I don't know. Not too much going on, feels like. Hey, buddy.
Thank you, Founder. Thank you, Phoenix.
You haven't seen the Phoenix just yet. Not even I've truly seen the Phoenix yet. Hey, Torgal. Oh, I can't pet Torgal while on the elevator? Come on now. How else am I supposed to pass my time? Talking to Jill? Ew, yucky.
They've killed my bear. I did not.
Martha, you got some beer for me? Hello there.
No one survived then.
I'm sorry. Before he passed, One of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumors started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people, they're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Yo,
well.
Gav!
Will you be alright here, Martha?
Let's go on
I
another
can't stay
adventure,
longer
buddy.
if you wish. No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers.
Black blood. Nice. We're gonna make some black pudding. Turn to the highway. Hold on. Hold up. What is this plus sign? Also, local map. Is that the only plus sign? Is the only plus sign. Okay.
Best off staying where we are for now.
We're not to move.
Oi!
Hello, friend. How are you?
You handy with that sword of yours? Course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now, question is, are you willing to use it or not? 'Cause a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos?
Shit, not the chocobos.
You heard me right. Wild birds? The big ones? And not just any chocobos at that.
Does it look like that thing behind you?
Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see. They protect travellers round these parts from bandits and the like.
Chocobos. Fighting bandits.
It's true. Why, they saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday. Nasty lot they were too. And now, they're back. Looking to settle the score.
Imagine beefing hard
Go
with a
on, then.
gang of
Don't
chocobos.
just stand there. Go and help them.
The dude's like, man, those chocobos got hands. Or feet, or
Alright.
claws, or whatever,
There's a
wings
good
maybe, I don't know.
lad.
Where can I find these chocobos?
A
The
sword
they
cut
dudes have to
across the
come
way over
back.
yonder. The rotten scoundrels
You take those
were
chocobos
driving
by
the poor
surprise
things
tonight,
towards the
boys.
old dock. It's a dead end, that is. You save Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me? There ain't a pluckier bird in all the world. She's a hero to us locals. And don't worry, you'll know her when you see her right enough.
I'm sure I will.
And good luck to you. And give those no-good bastards a hiding from me.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna get our chocobo. There's no way this isn't just Ambrosia. The chocobo that we had as a kid. Makes sense. We had a white chocobo, and the chocobo is apparently called Whiteheart.
That's quite a name for a chocobo.
And so is Ambrosia, which was the name of yours. I don't feel like getting that. Oh, okay, never mind. Chocobos, do they look like those big crawdads?
A white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind. Speaking of brave birds, looks like they went that way.
And this has to just be that same bird, because I know for a fact we didn't see it die. So, you know. Could still be alive. Oh, no,
These chocobos aren't going down without a fight.
Wow. Fucking 2 dead. Those chocobos got body counts, man. I'm gonna come up to these chocobos and there's just gonna be like 2 or 3 of them have teardrop eye tattoos.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business. But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Not around here, they won't.
Oh. And why's that, eh?
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
Piss off. Or better still, how about we hurt you both?
All right then. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Hey, you are not allowed to use magic. It's only mine. It's okay, Ambrosia. I'm stamping him out. Oh, you had friends, did you? Oh, he had one of those big dudes with an axe. Ow.
Nice try. Too slow.
Let me just take care of your hound here, quick, buddy.
Nice try.
Come here, buddy. Just gonna give you a couple of these. Good. Oh boy.
That's better.
Oh, I forgot I don't have any potions left.
Nice try.
Wait, you come here so I can put a whole bunch of things. There we go. Simple enough. I really kind of want to figure out what Ramu's thing does, though. I'm not actually sure. Because, like, Garuda does a bunch of stagger damage. And I think Phoenix just does pure damage.
White heart, I presume.
Torgal remembers.
Do you know her, boy?
Oh, it's got the eye scar, too! Yeah! Yeah! Yeah, no, I remember that. Yeah. It's gotta be, like I said, it's gotta be Ambrosia. I'm glad that it has a scar over its eye now.
Ambrosia. It's you. You survived.
Doesn't look like he got so much use out of that eye now, though. Sadly.
And you found yourself a flock.
Oi! Is it over?
Sure.
I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, you sorted the bastards then. I knew you would. And the whole flock made it through unscathed.
Man, what a big flock of 3 birds.
And not only that.
Wait, so those dudes weren't even able to take down one, and the chocobos killed at least 2 on their own? How bad was that gang of dudes?
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mount. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are. Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
Well,
Yes. Yes, I was.
I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by me.
what is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon.
Can Torgal ride one of those chocobos? Is that why there's 3?
And it seems her pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. The lads down the stables will be hearing about this tonight. Oh, stay right where you are.
He's gonna bring a saddle, I assume, probably. So we can ride out in style. Do we get to customize our chocobo saddle? Sick. Chocobo got a knife now, too. He's even more dangerous. Oh, he got an eye patch, too! They gave him an eye patch.
She cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
A few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old Whiteheart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry. We'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now. You seem awful familiar now I get a proper look at you.
What, me?
That's
or
it. When those chocobos swarmed my cart on the road, didn't you? No, that can't be right. That fellow was a bearer.
Oh, this is that same dude?
Double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am. Pay me no mind. Anyhow.
So with that just
Good luck
cutting
to
off
the
of
both
the
of you.
brand, I guess everyone just assumes that's a battle scar. Well, I suppose it makes sense for me. A dude walking around with a sword might have a
You
few
take care of your
scars.
flock for now. I'll call you when I need you.
Yeah, so everyone just forgot that I was a bearer, I guess. Or was at least branded. I don't understand what the difference between the dominance and being a bearer is, because we definitely have magic. Ambrosia's tack. Nice. Chocobo unlocked. Free the chocobo to ride the chocobo. How do I ride? Well, R3 while in the field to summon. And mount. Oh, okay. After 18 long years, Clive's finally been reunited with his faithful steed. She's, where's Torgal? Oh. So what is the third one doing then? The third one doesn't just, like, come around and hang out? It's just Jill. Jill gets one, and then Torgal has to walk? Come on now. It would be awesome if Torgal could ride a chocobo. How do we R2 gallop? Okay, you gotta hold it. This one is R3 again. And L2 is just a hard stop. Okay. Interesting. I thought that was a big bear. Never mind. Can I fight from on top? Oh! Oh, he has some moves. Can he do magic? No, he cannot. Okay. I'm gonna ride the instead of using the map, I'm gonna ride my chocobo back. I feel like after 18 years, I deserve it. Also, if I enter combat, does it just kick me off of this chocobo, or can I actively just enter combat with the chocobo as it is?
Thanks, girl.
Oh, I have to stop. Oh, if you dismount, she just goes away? Oh. Doesn't just, like, hang out for a bit and wait if you see if you want to get back on? Oh, okay. That's a little weird. I just wanted to see if it would give me, like, an action dismount or something if I was running. Yeehaw! Is there any other side quests currently? No? Cool. My favorite.
Where's Gav?
I don't know, but I need to talk to the boatman first. It's very important. Gav's hanging out in my room sniffing my pillow, probably. Sounds like a very Gav thing to do.
Finish with that log, so...
Hey, buddy.
Well, did you find me some wax?
Find is one way of putting it.
Ugh! Reeks like a chocobo's arse. Well, I don't suppose the Argo will mind as long as he stays above the waves.
Argo? So your boat has a name? I didn't know.
Yeah. Same as me old man. He was a ferryman himself back before the blight came. The boat's all I have left of him. And thanks to you, he'll sail another day.
There you go. Oh, is it his dad's name? I thought it was just the name of the dad's boat. Wow, that's a lot of experience. Badge of Might? Sick. Alright, see you, Ouroboros.
Gav should be back by now.
Oh yes, I've been told multiple times that he's back. In fact, there's my boy, there's my handsome young man right there.
Ah, Clive!
Hey, he's got a 6 facial scar.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head?
Wow,
And
that's a big
how
crystal.
pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman.
So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
While the two nations beat their shields, the rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming.
We're about
This
to do it
time we
again,
moved on the
boys.
mother crystals.
About to drop a sick beat once again.
4 mother crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
It's a big tail.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Right into Sambrek again.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rossfield.
Lord Byron Rossfield of the 7 High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rossfield. And you're a Rossfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune, along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then.
Let's go talk to good old uncle. Hope he likes tea. Ooh, Notorious Marks. I think those are open now. Otto's counter. What does Otto's counter do? Light reports are back. Patron's Whisper and the Hunt Board. There we go. Patron's Whisper. What is that? Is this bard just as spoony as the last?
What are we waiting for, indeed?
Nope.
On
And his name's Lucan Larkstongue.
ill tidings born, an erstwhile home in twain are torn. Now in his path fell shades of eye, pray let them not impede his song.
Cool. So anyway, where's Otto? Also, I need...
Is it
I
business
need, like, supplies.
or pleasure?
It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that.
Alrighty.
I think it's alright.
Oh, Coots, how you doing? Forgot.
Those men didn't hurt Martha, did they?
Oh. I wanted to talk to him more.
What do you need? What's saying fortune, dear?
I mean, 11 bolt's probably fine. For now.
And?
Alrighty then. I'll see you later, but how do I get down to where that is? Oh. I guess we've built a new little expansion onto the hideout since I stepped in here. Because I don't remember ever coming down here before. God, this hideout is massive now.
Won't be long now, Martel.
Hey, buddy.
Sid, I was hoping to speak to you.
Well, you are now, so let's hear it.
Oh, yeah, it's just, well, as you know, we've been trying to grow fruit down here.
It's good to know that something of the old hideaway still lives on.
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. All our hard work's finally paying off. I took it on, you see, after she died, and now the fruit's finally ready to eat. And not only is it ready,
Trying to remember
it's
who's
actually
Martel.
tasty. Sweet as you like, in fact. She bred the bitter right out of it.
Impressive. And welcome news to more than a few, I'd say.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers, on account of all they do for the hideaway. You couldn't take them some, could you? Seems better them coming from you.
Sure, I'll deliver
It'd be nice
fruit.
being the bearer of good news for a change.
Oh, thank you. She always had a soft spot for that lot, see? And once they've had their share, I'll see to it that everyone else gets some. Here you go. Martel apples, they're called, in honor of her memory. You hear that, Martel? Today's finally the day.
I don't remember who Martel was. Was it that girl we saved? And if so, how did she die? Because he's implying that she was at least able to smuggle these apples out of there. What's going on down here? Botany is cool. Okay. Wait, hummus? Oh wow, that was a lot of stuff that they needed to put in there to make the Deadlands soil viable. Kind of impressive, I would say. Wait, what is the... Oh. Oh, I literally can't do any other stuff? Okay. Well, I do want to figure out where those other dudes are. I know where the hunt board is, but I don't know where Otto's desk is. Maybe it's over by where Otto was standing before? I don't know.
Did you come through the forge today? I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
There's always trouble in Rosaria, ever since I've been in Rosaria.
That room's as ragged as...
Howdy, boys.
You two look like you could use something to eat. Here, courtesy of Martel.
Here, you may have one apple each.
Martel. Now, where have I heard that name before?
Weren't she the girl from the furrows?
Course she was. An odd sort, that one. Loved plants more than people.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to collect them trees when Titan attacked? Wait.
These aren't those apples, are they? Well, I'll be. She'd have been proud, and rightly so. Thank you, Sid.
Oh, this
Feels
so
good.
lucky then.
You get one too, just because you're
A
standing.
gift from the backyard. For your service.
A whole apple just for you. Don't drop it. Oh no, it's a whole basket, never mind.
Blimey, these take me back. I haven't seen a hideaway apple since. Old Sid was the only one who could stomach the things. He'd nab them right from the branch, made Martel livid. Not that anyone could stay mad at the man for long.
That sounds like the Sid I knew, all right.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourselves, were you? Hang on. These aren't Martells, are they? I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Can't have been easy, not in the Deadlands. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work didn't go to waste. Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me, will you?
Not so much as a thank you. Well, I've got some manners at least. Thanks, Sid. You can leave the basket with me. I'll see that the others get their share. Oh, and give our compliments to the gardener, won't you?
That was the last of the
Will
apples.
Gardener's
Head to
pretty
the
sick.
backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
Not that I'm planning a journey.
Alright, Gort, what do you got for
How
me?
you doing?
How have you been doing?
Same old.
Oh, same old, isn't it? Otto's got me reading through the reports coming in from our allies and picking out what problems need dealing with now and what can be saved for later. It was still early days back in the old place, so I could just about handle the job myself. State of the world now, though, I need Dee's help to sift through all of it. And that's just the sifting. Actually solving any of the problems is a whole other headache. The curse breakers take the urgent stuff, but we're still stuck waiting for volunteers to handle the rest.
So,
if you ever find yourself at a loose end, well, you know where to find me. How the past 5 years been treating you like? So much has happened since that night. Feels like a lifetime ago. But we'll never forget those who didn't make it. Kenneth, Martel, they're still with us in our hearts.
Sid.
And Sid, when I found out he was gone, I thought that was it for us.
He's still with us too.
But he's still with us too. Good, just well said, friend. With us and in you. You took his name and gave us hope when we had none. So I suppose what I'm trying to say is, don't be a stranger, eh? The Hideaway ain't nothing without its Sid. Cool, what are the reports look like? Fuck all sick.
Seen enough?
Hello, lady.
Oh, Clive. Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
Now, what is that?
The Patron's Whisper? Does that mean someone else is taking care of our friends' donations?
Oh, no. That's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer. I thought a new name might liven things up. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation the sender has specified are to be presented to you personally. Would you like to see if we have any?
Oh, sure, but first,
Business is busy.
Business is busy. On top of my regular duties here at the Whisper, Otto has piled countless other tasks, from transcribing and sorting Stola's reports to penning needful missives. Not that I'm complaining, mind. I enjoy writing. I have ever since I learned my letters, I learned my letters from Yara back at the old hideaway. I won't claim to have seen his I won't claim to have been his best student, though. That honor goes to Shirley.
Still.
That's how you pronounce that. Still, I like to think Yara would be proud of me, too, were he with us today. How those past 5 years treat you? 'Cause I don't remember you at all. Words are immortal. They live on in others. And if words are your own, so too will you. Do you know who told me that? I was just gonna say, it's probably Yara. In our last lesson before Titan came. It stayed with me ever since his passing and inspired me to become what I am today. I imagine we survivors all have a story like that, of someone who remains with us even though they're gone. Sure. What whispers have you to give me? Completing side quests will earn Clive renown, inspiring nameless benefactors from across the Twins to donate money and items to Clive's cause. Visit Desiree at the Patron's Whisper in the Hideaway. Wait, this is the mess hall? I thought that was on the other side. Wait, what? I'm confused. So what is that other place where I can buy rounds of beer? If this is the mess hall. Anyway. Renown 55, cool. A talk of the tea house. Your merry band of outlaws and its dashing deeds of daring do are all the talk amongst the ladies in the court. We have gathered together several items worth that, items of worth that you might continue your gallantry. The heart-struck dowager. Oh, jeez. Thank you kindly, lady. Our order is one built on pride, and that does not mean we are too proud to give thanks where thanks is due. We may have failed Martha once, but never again.
All yours.
Blood axes. They're pretty cool dudes. Ooh, Berserker ring. I heard that's pretty good shit.
Come again. I may have
All
more
right.
for ya.
Bye-bye, lady. Hey, Nectar. Hi, there you are, Kupo. I've been looking all over for you.
What's the matter, Nectar?
The matter is this, Kupo.
The hunt board?
Yes, indeed.
It's where the Cursebreakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know?
Of course not, Kupo. I knew that already. Oh god. And that's why I need your help. As I need not remind you, Kupo, I'm the mightiest of all Moogles. No thing. Okay, never mind. Didn't make it. So I need you to slay all these dudes.
Right. Well, leaving your mightiness aside for the moment, the people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. But with the Blight and the war, the last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the Cursebreakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
Oh, thank you, Kupo. It's so good to have found someone who understands me, Kupo. I'll stay here then. Keep an eye on all the billets that get posted on the board, so if there's anything you need to know, Kupo will help you, Kupo. So about Kupo, the Cursebreakers don't just tack up any old rumors on this board. You know, they take great pains to verify every little detail, Kupo. So don't you go letting all their hard work go to waste, Kupo. Don't you let them down, Kupo. Wait, I thought I asked about the hunts. Oh no, did you see the Cursebreakers give every billet a rank of riskiness, Kupo? From this thing could kill you in a single swipe to a 7-nation army couldn't starch this thing's skin. But I'm sure you'll be fine, Kupo. Well, not sure, but that's one risk I'm willing to take. Of course you are. Did you see that all the billets of them marked with the location, Kupo? That's where the horrible horror in question was seen. But you can't be expected to memorize every last place name in the whole wide realm. You're only human, Kupo. So if the place name doesn't tingle your pom-pom, don't you go around talking about my pom-pom like that, young man. Try reading the witness's statement. Sometimes there are other details in them that might help you track down the nasties and finish them off. Ask, how's the hunt board hunting? It's precisely what you see before you, Kupo. Cursebreakers note down the details of any particularly dangerous monsters they hear about or encounter in the course of their duties, Kupo. And post the billets here, Kupo, so that any stout soul who wishes to do the realm a service might set out to slaughter an ungodly horror or two. Which is where you come in, Kupo. As for me, I have the most important duty of all, painting a big red X over each one that you cut down, Kupo, so that everyone can sleep at night knowing that the realm is a safer place. How about your adventures, the mightiest of Moogles? Did I ever tell you about the time I visited the continent, the Great Continent, Kupo?
I don't think so.
I don't think you've told me much of anything. Of course I did, because I've never been, Kupo. Look at these wings. Do you think, they look like the things that could carry me across the countless sea, Kupo? Nectar the bold, not Nectar the stupid. Okay, yes. What an adorable little man he is. Reports, terrorizing stuff will give you notorious marks. The Angel of Death. Clairview and Sombrec. And the Broken Hilt in Rosaria. Belferor. A trader coming by the way of Cairn Norvent met with a troop of Cursebreakers traveling in the opposite direction, and warned them of a wicked winged harpy on the road ahead. his eyes wide and flickering. Though the curse breakers saw nothing untoward on their own journey through that pass, the sound of cackling laughter from the trees ensured that they kept a brisk pace. The Clairview-Sombrec, we should have that location. And then the Broken Hilt Rosaria, I'm not entirely certain of. Reports have been received of a wild avis of striking size, making its nest atop the hill adjacent to Eastpool. Adjacent to Eastpool? I remember where Eastpool was. I'm trying to remember where a hill adjacent to that would have been. Because, like, outside of that was Deadlands. I don't know. Oh, okay, no, never mind. It was where we found that old crazy man. Okay. Though all efforts are being made not to rouse the beast's ire, it is surely but a matter of time before it needs to feed. I hereby petition any brave volunteers to march to the northern border, that we might cut down this fiend before it makes trenchers of the nearby village. Cool. So we should go do those.
And how may I assist you today?
Hello, Nadia Stola.
What is it that you wish to learn?
The March of the Black Shields. This dude still has not done anything. Was it hunting? Yeah, he's hunting you. He's my traveling buddy. Who is this person, this attendant? Joshua addressed her by the name Jote. It's unclear whether that's a true name or a pseudonym. Alright, cool.
Study it well, Clive.
Well, these dudes are like right on the border. I didn't even realize. Siege of the Crystalline Dominion. And then Waloed is just sitting over here. Probably soon to amass a bunch of troops right there. Once their stuff is finished. Oriflamme, Drake's head dead. Drake's breath about to be dead.
Thus ends today's lesson.
Alright, cool. Thank you.
Them old apples were enough to
That broom's as ragged as goat.
Alright, let's go turn in this side quest and then... Oh, that's right. I don't think I can go anywhere but go talk to Uncle. So, I guess we won't be doing the Notorious Marks yet. Because that's, I think, what I want to do next. Just clean up those 2 Notorious Marks as they're here. You know, I didn't read the Ahriman's
the Cursebreakers sent their thanks.
Thing in there, did I?
And their compliments. They were clearly very fond of Martel.
They remembered her. After all these years. I suppose she was very kind, even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. You were one of the good ones, Martel. Why did you have to die?
I straight up do not remember who Martel was.
She put everything into her work. She wasn't going to rest until we had fruit sweet enough to enjoy. And now we do. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree. Martel lives on through the fruit it bears.
And through you. Her dream would have died with her, had you not kept it alive. That's something to be proud of.
I didn't do anything really, but thank you. You're kinder to me than I deserve.
Oh, nonsense. You seem like a pretty good dude.
Otto's expecting some of your crop. And I wouldn't mind some of it either, if that's not too much to ask.
Of course not. I'll see that you're both well provided for. They like your fruit, Martel. Isn't that wonderful? I'd say it's about time we planted you some siblings, don't you think?
He just... Yeah, I mean, I suppose he only had the one test tree, so... Oh, wow, we're actually getting, like, experience from these side quests now, finally. I'm shocked. Sick! Oh, they're just hanging out in our room? Okay. Weird. Can I go eat? Hold on, we're gonna go see if I can go grab one and eat one.
It's not
I want to go grab one and eat one so I can look like an asshole. Or even more of an asshole than I already look like. Yo, Torgal! You enjoying the children? Don't eat them. Yet. Bird by any other name. Oh, hi, Jill. Why are you sending me letters? Forgive my insistence on writing you these silly letters. Would that we had more time to speak to each other in person. But for every day we spend together, it feels as though we must suffer another two apart. Aww. You thirsty. I'm glad to hear that your most unexpected unexpected reunion with Ambrosia, should I say Whiteheart? You told me once that your chocobo sacrificed herself to protect you that night at Phoenix Gate. And here, so many years later, we find she has spent her life doing exactly that, that exact same thing, defending others. Some things never change, do they, Clive? Well, thanks for the letter. That's something you could have told me in person, I guess. Can I eat the apple? Wait, what's this other thing? Oh, it's just Oh, okay. It's literally just her saddle. Alright. That's fine. So anyway... Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think we can go anywhere other than here. We're going to the cliff!
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
Like this one that Torgal just found.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
Well, now we're coming back to destroy Ironhome and its entire way of life. So, you know, win-win.
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
Alright, that's fine.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Good job, Torgal.
Come on.
Not sure you actually did anything, but I just wanted to say that you're doing a good job. Bloodline.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
Probably.
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Gonna take that fang from you boys. ignore all of whatever's going on over there. Village of Amber, eh? Hello, everyone. How do you do?
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! Nothing, we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
More black shields, eh?
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all, for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
You'll especially have the cooperation of my blade through your gut. You know, just because.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right, I heard you the first time.
Hey, excuse me, sir, what the fuck?
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered.
Good.
The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. Or with their 100 full legions.
100? I heard it were 1,000.
Hello,
I ain't
merchant.
got much, but what's mine is yours.
Wait, Cobalt Tassel. Okay, never mind. Greece's limit break generation. Oh, okay. That's way too much for that. But, you know, I'll keep it in mind. That's also way too much for that, but I will not keep it in mind at all.
Are you well?
Until the end of the game, anyway.
We're going hunting for outlaws. How'd you like that, boy?
The outlaws. He's not doing a very good job. He's not signaling you at all. Hello,
There
Mayor's
was a
wife.
time my husband might have stood up to those men. Though back then, he wouldn't have needed to.
This is a very nice house you have here. I'm just gonna steal all your worldly possessions. I can't believe all you have is steel silk. I'm gonna assume that person's gotta be down this way somewhere.
Come
Hello.
along now, before one of the boys starts thinking you're something you're not.
No. Oh, there
What
they
did those knights want, Father?
I told you to
Kill us
stay
all.
in the house. Go on.
Hello.
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think they was a Black Shields. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
Why? Do you think they're cool
What
or
do you
something, you
think?
weirdo?
Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harbouring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out.
I mean, I guess it's possible, but I feel like it's probably someone who's already in this village or lives like in another one that we just don't know about. Ooh, chest. Hello there, sir.
Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing.
Hmm?
I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another Eastpool.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Nah, she'll probably just storm right into that village and kill them all for fun.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosaria would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
On to the village of Slopshire. Or, sorry, Shallopshire.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Nah, chill, it'll be fine. Probably. What in the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? I don't know, we better kill it.
The upholstery. We've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The Mother Crystal's collapse?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it.
What, killing things? I think she's completely fine with that. Alrighty. Is there multiple ways around this rock? Oh god, there is. Oh no. That's what I thought.
Stay down! It's over!
Stay down! What was that delivery? Oh my god! He was pulling out his best Christian Bale Batman impression. Why did you say that name? Oh god, I forgot. Martha's a character in this. Dang it, I need to actually pull that back now. Hi there, everyone.
My mother's men.
Too slow.
No, you get lunch yet. Kill. Ooh, gold. Those chunks of wire that couldn't have been more useless. That's just a bunch of bugs, I think. And this completes that. Yeah, this completes that separated path. Okay, cool. Sorry, I just need to keep these things mapped in my head. What is that thing? appears to be some sort of like thing that I can chest or something. And just do that. I don't know if I hit anything at all with that last attack, but it's fine. Oh, it is a chest, okay. And it gave me something cool. I'm happy I did that. That way? Cool. Oh, dang it, I can't take that thing. Sad. Oh, you know what? I wonder if this works better on phone. Maybe that's the thing about the, about Llama. And yes, I do know I'm going the wrong direction, but I'm doing it on purpose. Mainly to make you angry, but also so I can keep this place mapped in my head. Oh boy, more assholes.
Enough of you, are there?
You get down here so I can beat you up. And that's enough. Alright, cool. Give me all of that cool stuff. I guess it's across there. Oh, hello there. Sick. But yeah, I guess we go across our bridge here.
Blood, Clive.
Looks fresh.
And still wet.
Tastes fresh too.
You were told to stay in your homes.
I don't have a home.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel.
I've killed a whole bunch
Why
of you just
then?
coming down this road
We
here.
owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again.
I was gonna say, at some point I really want Clive to just be like, yeah, that's enough of that. And just like completely cut him off. All of you get out of here. my attention on yet. Why do you have so much health? Good lord. Oh, maybe it's because of this guy. Well, I'm sad that I couldn't one shot, but it's fine. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, these shields are, not shit. They ain't shit, I would say. It is kind of weird that she just, like, converted Rosaria's main force to...
Tell me what I want in the end will be swift.
Something that the Empire uses
Who are you
now.
looking for?
It's weird that she did that, but whatever.
Why, you... We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps.
Well, I didn't do any of that shit, so I don't know anything.
They await you in Ordil. Guardians of the Flame.
Oh, it's Joshua. Joshua's been hanging out in Rosaria, I guess.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
Alright, give me one quick second here. I'm going to use the restroom, then I'll be back. See you in a bit. I have returned. Let us continue. Joshua, are you here, my friend? Brother. Brother, I come bearing arms. These arms. Good portion of this village looks destroyed.
Find something, boy. Death.
Oh, it smells like death here. It sounds like Chipotle farts here. Ugh.
Found her.
Oh, wow. Why did they tie that one dude upside down? Just because. Am I supposed to remember that particular dude? I don't actually know. It just looks like it's all, yeah, it's all branded.
This was my mother's doing.
Why does she have so much hate?
But why? Why would anyone...
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
Get out of here, crows!
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it.
Mother murder! Mother murder!
We should go.
I second this plan. Not the going part, but the going to kill our mother part.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
In fact, I'd say it was more than likely that they're there.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
They might. You should ask. Certainly couldn't hurt.
Didn't happen to come by way of Oldhill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morn, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
So what is going on
I
here?
did,
Hello.
Mummy. I could hear him shouting from down the road.
Ooh.
Hush, no. You didn't hear nothing.
You knew shit. What are you? In honor of the 250th anniversary of the founding of the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. I'm surprised they didn't rename it.
Curfew, but they refuse us passage back to our homes.
Passage to the provincial capital is restricted to Imperial Army personnel.
The gates are closed. Be gone.
Wait, so then... How do you... If people from in there leave, how do they get back in?
But this is their home.
Yeah, I'm very confused as to why they just completely closed it off. Unless they know that we're coming.
Don't go thinking you'll find refuge in the houses outside Port Isolde. The place is a wretched hive of thieves and blackguards.
Nice. I'll fit right in. Quiet Sands. Ooh, it's a beach. Oh, I want to go down there and see what that is. I kind of do. Scoot right between those dudes. Skirt this crab. He's the devil. And he's got a friend. I can see him there. Those fangs are totally worth it. God damn it. Where's the other one? Sick. Alright, let's go, guys. Back to the topic at hand. Throw that over there. Beach? It is a beach. Silken Strand.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better. We should start with the main gate and see where that gets us.
Nope. Through there. This the main? Yeah, it's blocked. Okay.
That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Hello, everyone.
My children are starving! Have mercy! Voice-ridden dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than
I'll literally come over and fall over dead in front of you.
Find the chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all! I said, where were you, filth? Back to your sties! We'll cut you down where you stand! Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in.
Guessing back through that little residential area, probably.
I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
Alright,
if you're
easy
sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
No. Very not safe.
As long as it is abandoned.
It burns!
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
I'm assuming who they're looking for is either Joshua or it might be someone in connection to my uncle. That would be my guess right now.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Ooh, someone left a chest in the corner. Sick. Is this Uncle's house? No? Okay. You open? Okay. How very saddening.
Not abandoned then.
Hello there.
Oi! Visitors!
Who are you guys?
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
Alright, fine.
Or not.
Well, I guess these are just random bandits then. Ow. It's the middle of an animation, asshole. Well, thank you. Alright, easy enough. I was thinking that might be a part of whoever that is.
Like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Huh?
Oh, it's one of our boys. It's one of Biggs or Wedge. No, God, what was his name? Ted?
Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us.
Wait, didn't I just kill a bunch of your guys?
Founder, it really is you.
It is. So Wade.
So Wade. I thought he got incinerated.
We can speak inside.
Oh, apparently I hit him with the back of the sword because they're all just getting up like they're fine.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after.
Okay,
Alas,
so never it wasn't Joshua, it was these guys.
There is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Why are they culling them, I wonder? Is it purely just
foul
because
work of the Black Shields and their mistress?
Sid's gang blew up that one crystal?
You mean my mother?
Now we're just gonna kill all of the bearers who had nothing to do with it?
Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge. Then so do we. Make ready.
Wait, what's going on? What battle have I just jumped into here?
This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
I'll fight with you again, Sir Wade.
And ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that.
So did, like, Tyler make it
Very
out?
well.
Or is he also...
If that is your wish,
is he actually
I would be
dead?
honored to serve at your side.
Because you guys were, like, literally at the
And
epicenter
yours.
of two fire icons fighting each
So
other.
Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require
go,
more than
boys.
just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
The one thing I don't like is apparently I can't... Wait, hold on. Can I go into here and use it? No side quests. Excellent. Items. Can I use from here? Yeah, and then presumably I can just buy another one of those. Okay. That's kind of annoying.
Oh, buck up, man. At least you're not dead.
I suppose we owe you our thanks. You spared us when you could have just as easily sent us to the mud.
I'm surprised I did that too. I wasn't really intending to.
You are welcome to what little we have managed to salvage. As you wish, my lord.
There we go. Thank you. Thank you, my sir.
We'll show them that the fire in our hearts is not so easily quenched.
The Black Shields won't know what hit them.
We'll show them as much mercy as they did our sisters and brothers in Old Hill.
Less if I have my way.
Alright, Wade, let's do it.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buett Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Oh,
very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Yeah, maybe Tyler's with those dudes who are hiding in the
Thank you,
hills.
Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Oh, so he's just a straight up party member. Yeah? Hold on. Can I, like, change that? Oh, I haven't even looked at the Ramu stuff, have I? That's really good. I'm gonna get that. Rising Flame, really good. I'm gonna get that. I still have not quite figured out the usefulness of this one. Thunderstorm. I think this is just recharge time. Oh. Oh, you can do that multiple times, I see. Well, actually, most of these you can upgrade multiple times. So this one you can't, but we upgraded that once. Alrighty, let's go, boys.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
Thank you, friend.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Oh no, okay, now so he's also here. Where's Jill? Oh, she's up on that hill for some reason. Okay. I was gonna say, it looks like we got all 4 of our groups here. These guys have been pushed out. View at bridge. Looks like.
Look at me sideways. How was the Black Shields?
Anything else? Anything else to say?
No. We'll find another bridge.
Pretty sure there isn't another bridge, but you know.
The bastards are lucky I didn't have my axe.
There they are.
So they just...
On your command, my lord.
They just made camp here randomly. Hello there, friends.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame!
I mean, I've been doing a pretty good job so far of it.
Forest area! Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Did we get the other spellcaster? Good job, Torval. Oh, I didn't see that.
Bloody hell!
Easy enough.
Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battles for them.
Ah, oh, dang it. Come here, you.
More dragons.
Worms. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Oh, wow, that was easy. Fine. Come on down. There you go. Oh no!
A noble stand.
Whoa!
Albeit a misguided one.
Hold on.
In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need.
Because I think this is the cutscene that kills PS5s. Hold on. Oh, I think we're good. Oh, the PS5 fans. Oh, baby. It's going. Don't you worry. Oh, that's a double. That's
no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
We'd finish him.
Oh, it was double jump. I didn't.
Too slow.
Oh dang it! I was trying to be cute, and then I'm sorry.
Too slow.
There we go.
You're finished.
There we go. Easy enough. I think I just straight up ignored those other enemies that were around me, but you know, it's fine.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did.
Delicious
It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. My, Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it. As we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die. And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
And that day is today.
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
Nice. I wonder if he's a temporary companion or if he actually hangs out with you in the hideaway after this.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians.
Oh boy, it's
Display it,
another
and those who
random
love
ring to throw on
Rosaria
my
will
finger.
know where your loyalties
That
lie.
people know that I'm cool. Burnt blade.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Aw, so Tyler is confirmed gone. That's sad.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
Go on and see your uncle. Prove that you're not a dead person. Oh wow, we literally just walked in.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I
like how they
guess
use
my
the
uncle
haptic
believes we're
feedback.
imposters here to rob him, and means to string us up himself.
I like how the haptic feedback just was... You could feel the footsteps for some reason. Hi, Uncle.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosefield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue!
Well, I'll show you what I can do then. Oh, he doesn't have his sword. Oh.
You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well.
The coded
I shall
play.
open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint of the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford.
The good plates. My dead nephew is back.
So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, A ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing.
I like this guy. I like this uncle.
The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Bring Uncle along. Bring him along on our eco-terrorism quest. Let's do it.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
I think
Once
she's not that
outfitted,
happy about having to go back.
She'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustenus in the space of 3 days.
The boiling sea, also.
Something on your mind?
Why is it so hot? Why is the sea boiling?
Monsters.
Seems like a problem.
When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all.
Even this just slaps her on the ass.
I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Kiss! Do it! Just
Clive.
kiss. Please.
I must
For the love of
atone
God.
for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Oh, right, Benamir is the name of the ship. I forgot. Completely. It's the name of the place that we hang out. Oh, wow, they are really locking us in here, aren't they, for a little bit? Only main quest. Nothing else. Yar, here there be monsters.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Typical noble.
New missive?
Rather than joining the fight.
Nothing, Miller? Okay, thanks, guys.
How did we never hear about these Guardians of the Flame?
Same way they never heard about us, I expect.
I wonder if there's any more of these. I'm assuming probably not. How's the hunt board there, Nectar? Yeah, it's just the two. Okay, so we will do those. And also grab some of these.
How may I help you today, Clive?
Pillow talk, eh? Ooh. A busy courtesan. Such as the renown of Sid the Outlaw, that much of my clientele would spend their time prattling on about your endeavors than making any endeavors of their own. Oh, nice. She doesn't even have to do anything. For that, I feel I owe you at least a portion of my earnings. A particularly enamored sort left this on my nightstand. May it serve you better than it did him.
You earned this.
He had some trouble going berserk, did he?
Come again. I may have more for you.
Thanks, baby.
Fancy a look at the list, do you? Here
Sure.
you
Do we actually have anything? No, we don't.
Seen
Cool.
enough?
There are new bits.
Hey, buddy.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
I'm gonna say it right now.
It's
Your
Blackthorn.
voice does not match
He
your
ain't
face.
himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. That normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what'd you say?
Sure, I'll help you out.
If you think it will help.
Knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. He'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
Alrighty. Head on over there, bud. I'll be over in a little bit, once I figure out all the other stuff. You've got stuff, you've got a stuff. Oh wait, no, that's a thing, different thing. And then they've got a stuff. Alrighty. May as well talk to her and at least get the main quest out
Back
to the point
again,
where we can
Lord
leave.
Rosfield. I'm touched that you should find me such good company.
It is not your company, but your counsel that I seek on this occasion.
Ever the charmer. What will it be today?
I've got Torgal, I don't need you.
The Iron Kingdom. I need to know what to expect.
You'll soon be setting sail for Drake's Breath then, I take it. The mother crystal that rises from the boiling sea. There was a time when a true-blooded Rosarian had only to brave the waves to visit it. But then the Ironblood made their move. As you
They already
know,
took the
Iron
other
Kingdom
one off the
rules
board
over
there,
the
it looks
islands
like.
to the west of Storm. Or rather, its church does. But this is not the pragmatic approach to state religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the mother crystal sacred. And they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing, a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies. Some 80 years ago in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether and with the blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Drastanus, home of Drake's breath, and plucked it from the Duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of Duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island, and with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil when next they spy an opportunity.
So now we just destroy their island. Easy enough.
The object of the Iron Blood's worship and their gateway to the continent, making Drastanus the holiest of holy grounds, from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining Mother Crystals, or die trying.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Iron Blood for control of Drake's breath. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate, we would have sent our entire fleet against them.
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria, sacked the capital, killed the men, and captured the women, including Jill. I'd say you'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge, Clive.
My only aim is to destroy the Mother Crystal. But thank you all the same. Not much else to do here. Let's see if Jill's ready.
Hello, friend.
Here for another of my lectures. I have the details here.
Where's my uncle? Oh, wealthy. It's just wealthy noble. There you go. Sir Tyler. So, is he completely dead? Because, like, dead people usually are like this. Wait, who the hell was Hannah Murdoch? Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. I remember now. Very sad indeed. What the hell are you? The medicine girl. Oh, the girl who was yelling about the stuff before. I was hoping to see... Oh, very sad. I was hoping to see if that Markel girl, or whatever her name was down here, but apparently she is not. Just random Lord Commander. Cool. And Ultima, who was just hanging out.
Here you are.
Right, we're about to march on Drake's breath. Random northern territories which don't exist anymore. I didn't realize that that's because their crystal actually just straight up collapsed. That's kind of interesting. Those dudes are still sieging.
Thus ends
Alrighty.
today's lesson.
Thanks, friend. I may as well just grab Jill here just to make sure that we can actually go to this new thing. Hey, baby.
You ready?
I think so.
Jill. When you told me you had to come to terms with your past, you weren't talking about destroying Drake's breath, were you?
No. I spoke of Imran, the leader of the Crystalline Orthodox. The man who made me do all those unspeakable things. I'm going to kill him.
Cool.
It's what I need to do to put the past behind me.
I'm completely behind this
What
plan.
I need to move forward. And I know that I can do it. If you're there beside me.
Always.
Alright, so we're gonna go kill the Pope?
And I'll be beside you too.
Sounds like a plan to me.
We'll bring down the Mother Crystal together. All while Sid looks on.
We'll make him proud.
Oh, please don't send me off somewhere else. Is this gonna be another skip? No, it's not. Okay. I will just stay there then. I think I'm gonna finish off the stream just doing up some of these side quests here. And then we'll move to Drake's Breath. Hello, friend. How you doing, kitchen hand, man?
I didn't take you for a scholarly van.
Oh, this? Well, it's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver. From spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all.
Sweetmeats? No, no,
What
no,
I
no,
wouldn't
no, no.
give to bring these
No,
recipes
I'm
to
good.
life.
I'm good on the sweetmeats. Please don't.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first ton of worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
Sure.
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer. Fine, I'll help.
Fantastic! Thank you.
So, dare I ask what's on the menu?
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the gourmands of Oriflamme, if the author is to be believed. Though Molly's never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it's infuriatingly cryptic as to the main ingredient. A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but unwanted violets. I've no idea what they might be.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there.
Alright, easy enough. Run to Martha's Rest and hope that things are good. It's probably just a new stage. Indeed, a new stage. And I think I had like some sort of, yeah, see, there you go.
Headlands
I got
wouldn't
it
be
right
half as
here.
bad without all the bloody dust.
Oh, we got a bunch. Hold on. Apple a day. Oh, it's auto. Oh, is this just because I did certain quests? Interesting. A lad from the yard ran up a basket of martels just this morning. Sweet as honey and crisp as the morning breeze, they were. I told myself that I was only going to have one, but I reckon if no one else listens to old Otto, I don't have to either. You let Nigel and his lot know they've done a fine job. Was it time you'd catch none but Sid supping on these things? What for their foul bite? But for him, it never were about the flavor, but about what they represented. Our ability to make it on our own. And look at us now. Sid would be proud. That he would. Flame none brighter. Hey, Wade. My Lord Marquis, I asked once again for you to forgive my men for your welcome back at the Lazarus, but certainly you can understand that we were the last person any of us were expecting to see at our gates. In the short time since our reunion, you have shown yourself to be the selfsame man I followed into Stillwind those many years ago, a true bearer of your father's legacy. If only Sir Tyler, the Lord Commander, and all the others who were lost that night were still with us to see how bright your flame now burns. To you and your cause, I hereby pledge the Sword of the Guardians, and I'm proud to stand alongside you once again. Thanks, Wade. Wade's a cool guy. All quiet in the Dominion. Thanks, Gav. The Dalmex and the Imperials are at a standoff. They snarl at each other, fangs bared like slum curs. But neither wants to make the first move. It's almost as if they both realized what a stinking pile of chocobo shit they've stepped in. If I were a man to lay wager... if I were a man to lay wager, I'd put my copper on this conflict not playing out anytime soon. I shall keep you appraised. Gav. Thank you, Gav. You're a good man. We don't have anything new here. Sad. Now to the blacksmith. Tally ho, sally forth. What?
First August, and now you. What are you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
That's not his apprentice, is it?
Shut you up.
Doesn't look like it.
It's nothing really. Stupid.
Well, his apprentice isn't sitting
Not
there,
the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like every clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. And now every time I reach for my hammer,
so go
I'm
buy
reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was.
Go figure out where this cuirass was.
You happy? You got what you came for. Now piss off.
All right, we're going.
Yeah, so I think we just go buy the cuirass or somehow find it.
I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of ale. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen.
Karen, I want to make the blacksmith stop crying.
Karen, do you have a moment?
Oh, hey, Torgal.
Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Makes all his
Yeah,
stuff to
remember where?
order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit, so I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. He don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
I see.
Just stumble
He did tell
upon
me
him, I
something,
guess.
though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was it sighted? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe. Caer Northern, that was it.
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leatherworker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
Oh, is that what that other thing is? Hold on, let me have a look. I need to look at the board again anyway, because I wasn't entirely certain where those other two things were, and I wanted to get them. But is that the thing that, like, didn't have a picture? Hey, Nectar. You hunt board? Oh no, they literally just added it. Okay. Dosmere. While passing along the trail from Lostwing to Caer Norvent, one of our order was met by a sudden blast of wind so strong that it bent back the trunk of the old oaks. I heard a cry so terrible that he ran for his life. Questioning the locals revealed that that this area was the nesting place of the elder griffin known as Dosmere, a beast much hated for its appetite both for chocobos and for children. Ooh, okay, sick. So Caer Norvent Westgate versus Clairview. And then Broken Hilt in Rosar. I don't remember Broken Hilt. Well, that's right, it was next to Eastpool. Right, okay. Alright, well, we may as well start with this one. And you were Clairview, Sombrec. And then we still have to speak to Nectar about the, Griffin. Did I hear you say you were hoping to hunt down a Griffin, Kupo? Then do I have the billet for you, Kupo? An especially horrible one called, the locals called Dosmere. Oh, and then he just shows you. Okay. I guess... Yeah, because I can't really do anything here. It's just, you know... Look it up. So then, do I just go and fight it? Northreach would be by Caer Norvent, I believe. Dragon Eyrie. Wait, no. Lostwing. Okay, that's Caer Norvent, so it should be over here. Wait, is this Eastpool? No, 3 reads. That's Eastpool. Sick. We can just jump right up there. But yeah, so first things first, I'm gonna track down this thing for the cook.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other, don't we?
After everything she's done
So,
for us.
about the price of them turnips.
Perhaps I'd live longer if I bade this town farewell. But I've grown rather fond of the old place.
Cool. You there, do you know about meat?
Oh,
Meat
well,
marketer?
Times may be hard, but if you got the gill, I got the goods. What can I do you for?
Unwanted violets, if you have them. Though I'd gladly settle for learning what they are if you don't.
Why, I haven't heard folk call them that since I was a lad. You're looking for scorpion tails. Unwanted violets is what folk used to call them back in the day. They turn a wicked purple when you boil them up, hence the name. Used to chuck them in the pot when there weren't nothing else on offer, and there was a war on, that sort of thing. Thankfully, times aren't yet as hard as that, and even if they were, you wouldn't find anyone selling them these days.
Do the scorpions still live nearby?
I dare say they do. 3 Reeds would be your best bet, if memory serves.
Thank you. You've been most helpful.
Sick. Alright. Let's go track down those scorpions, I guess. Can I choke? Oh, I can't choke about here.
Stay sharp.
After what the Empire did to Martha.
Don't you go causing any trouble now.
No use calling Ambrosia now.
No, I swear to God, I'm gonna have Ambrosia right here. Hey, friend.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Oh, that's kind of mean, telling the flightless bird to fly. Wait, can you? Oh, he glides, you know. Doesn't fly necessarily, but he you know, he goes. He does things. He jumps really high.
Scorpions.
Hey there, boys.
At least I know what I'm up against.
Oh, whoa, is that a cancel? Sick. Thanks, Jill. Keep trying to finish that one off, but I just can't. And that should be the end. There we go. Unwanted violets.
I better get this back to Yvonne before it goes bad. Or any worse, at least.
Hey, buddy. Alright, back to East Pool. Well, not necessarily back, but over towards East Pool. Can we get there from here? Or do we have to go into town? I think we have to go into town. Which is kind of sad. Because it means I can't ride Ambrosia.
Don't you go causing any trouble.
Back to the stables, Carl.
Dang it.
After what the Empire did to Martha's lot, I'd be daft to stay.
Can't even go at full speed here. Can't run at my incredibly brisk pace. Hey, buddy.
Naught but wild beasts, this end. All their twisted talons and gruesome maws used to turn my stomach. But that was before I heard about the Black Shields.
Well, the Black Shields don't seem to exist anymore. At least I don't think. So, you know.
Ready, go?
We're probably fine. Your tummy can stay untwisted. I wonder, would it have been better to just, like, run up there? To just do the, quick travel. Whatever. So I think he's up here. I think he's on this hill over here where the old man was. That first, notorious mark. The big domed wagon. Do that. Thank you. Nice. Yeah, I don't actually know what they meant by the like a hill overlooking the area, but yeah, there he is.
Be safe.
Get out of here, Chocobo. This fight isn't for you. Belfagor. Rank B. Let's see what you got, buddy.
A wild one. In Rosaria. There's more!
Multiple hits, eh? 3, okay. Oh, he's got 2 of those, okay. Doesn't have 2 of those, though. Come here, buddy.
Too slow.
Oh, I forgot you have 3 of those. Oh man, I did not do as much damage as I'd have liked to.
Well done.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Just heal up.
Nice try.
Dang. God, this fire is annoying. No, you don't. Dang it. Oh wait, come on. There we go. And there. Good. I think we're gonna have to go through another cycle, sadly.
Nice try.
There we go.
Too slow. Nice score.
Where are you, buddy?
Nice try. Nice try.
Easy. Easy enough. So that's the other rank B one, eh? That's not too bad.
Hope there aren't any more of them.
Alrighty, do we have anything else to do here? I don't think so. No, okay, so we should just run back to the hideaway, I think. Finish up the one quest. Oh, do we have anything else to do there? No, I don't think so. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the bathroom, then I'll try and finish up the rest of these fights. I'll be right back. I have returned. So, God, I don't remember. I remember it's in Clairview, and it's over here in Sombrec. That other thing, and then the Griffin was closer to,
Good day
Care
to you.
Moran. Or Mornat. Clairview... Oh. Oh, it's right here out in front of Northreach. Okay. And then... Where was the other one? I'm trying to remember. Was it Eastwatch? Oh, God, I don't remember exactly. No, Workshop, Baywatch. Hey! Westwatch. Penitent's Gate. Some chapel. Clairview is up here. Just go right on up through there. I'm just trying to remember exactly where the Griffin was. I'll have to look at the thing again.
Sid.
Pardon me, everyone. Don't mind me. Oh, that's right. I
Can
probably
I
should
interest
buy
you in
more
today?
things from you, shouldn't I?
Ah, yes.
There we go. Excellent. Couldn't go into a boss fight without, you know, full stock. That would be silly.
Where it is, the black...
This is the right way, yep. Okay, yeah.
Hiding.
This is no time to ride. No use
Here?
calling Ambrosia now.
Why not? I'm just in the woods. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. We weren't far enough away. What were you doing hiding out in the trees? No, I'll see you guys later. I have other things to do. We'll pick this thing up.
Time to fight.
The Avis. I have a feeling that's my C rank monster.
You deserve a rest.
I'm gonna go fight it. This interesting looking thing here. Aruna. It looks like one of those, like, sisters of Benedicta.
If that's what I think it is.
This isn't gonna be easy.
Also, why is it rank C if it's a level above it? Or is that just for, like, balancing? Come here, you. Oh, damn it. Trying to get the dodge on it. There we go. I think this is going to take more than one stagger, sadly. Ow. Why did you say that name?
Let's try.
There we go. Now I've got the dodge. Decimate that shit.
Let's try.
What are you doing there, buddy? Oh, nothing special? Cool. Yeah, unfortunately, it's gonna take more than the one stagger. Oh, dang it. Sick. Got the parry by accidentally dodging into her. I'll take it. Dang it. That's better. I want to do this without healing at all. Thanks, Jill. Pretty sure Jill got her for me, so. I'll take it. And a level. Sick. Cool.
Rest well. I know I will.
Alright, now the Griffin is up by Cairn Norvent, I believe. Which is... down there. Okay, so up through the Eyrie. I think it's up that direction? Chill, slow down. I'm supposed to be in the lead.
Alright.
Just gonna ignore that. We don't need to deal with it right now. I should be good to fight the Griffin. I think. I only used one potion in that last bit, so I don't think it's gonna... I don't think a single regular potion's gonna make much of a difference. Okay, hold on, I want this. Don't even know what it is, but I want it. Whoa, wait. Nope. Oh, I went the wrong way. Down that way. This thing. Pardon you. Raptor? Have I fought one of those yet? Keep going this way. Got it. Yeah, I don't think I've fought any of these raptors yet. Maybe I have. I'm just silly. I believe I have. So it wanted me at the western gate or something like that, right? And here's Cairn Norvent, so... Theory anywhere out here?
We're not alone.
Alright, yeah. So here's Cairn Norvent. No. Is that like specifically, was that like some sort of western gate? So maybe it's down here? I don't know of any other gate. Ooh, shop.
Company.
I mean, we can look over here and see if he's not just down this path for some reason. Dragon Nets. He is not here. Take this potion. Where is this thing? Hello, dragon friends. Wow, this area is a lot smaller than I thought it was. Okay. Maybe the griffin's over in that inaccessible area? I don't know. Hey guys. Goodbye, guys. I feel like that might be the case, and the griffin is just not close. Or he's like over in that other area that I don't think I have access to. Oh, really? I have to be off the bird? That's sad. Because he's coming right back out, baby.
Faster!
That looks like a big winged thing. Oh no, it's a raptor. Never mind. Sorry. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Hello there, Dalmatian dude. How are you doing this
to be had in this miserable land, even if they wanted to trade with us.
I know. It was hard for us Dalmex here in San Brec before the capital fell, but now we'd be stoned if we even approached Northreach.
Well, that's rather unfortunate.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Okay, yeah, so here's Clareview. This is where the other notorious mark was. I think we go back to the hideout and have another look and see where exactly that one is. Because I'm still not entirely certain. And I don't think I can go into the, what was it? I don't think I can go into the actual castle anymore here in Norvent.
Did you find our mystery ingredient?
Yes, you're not gonna like it.
Marvelous! Let's see. What am I supposed to do with this? It's poisonous, surely.
You wouldn't be wrong. But that's your unwanted violet.
Into the pot it goes, I suppose. Wait here. I won't be long.
Oh boy. And also another oh boy, as things are popping off on this end, too.
I present Chance's Stew, risen once again from the ashes of obscurity. Grab a spoon, Sid. Let's eat while it's hot.
I'm, not hungry.
Sorry, things need to be charged.
It'll be too late once I've licked the bowl clean. Your loss.
That thing looked like the Grimace shake, so I'm going to assume he's not going to live well through this. Yeah, I didn't think so.
Odin's teeth. What an assault on the senses. It's like choking on swamp water. And yet, up through the pungency, there rise complex, meaty notes. It takes a moment to recover from such an onslaught of flavours, but never have I tasted anything so fine.
I will let you have the rest of that Grimace shake there.
Welcome.
I must share this gift.
No, please
I won't
don't.
rest until a steaming bowl of Chance's Stew sits before everyone in the hideaway. A single mouthful, and Molly will be breeding scorpions of her own.
I'm sure she will.
You go ahead with that, buddy. I'm good over here. Eating my roasted chocobo. Ooh, that may actually be better than what I have. I think I have a defense raising thing. Alright, Nectar. Where is it? Where's the griffin?
Technical nobles.
Where is he hiding? Where's he hiding, my dear boy? Ask about the griffin. Oh, it just takes me here. I forgot. Cairn Norvent West Gate. From Lost Wing to Cairn Norvent. One of our order was met with a sudden blast of wind so strong. Lost Wing to the Care, and he's at the West Gate. Okay. One of these yeah, here we go. But then where's the West Gate? Alright, map. That's not the map I wanted. That's the River Gate. That's, I was gonna say, that's not even a gate at all. Potter's Gate, Vintner's Gate. Could this River Gate be what it means? Because I don't see another West Gate, and that is a Western Gate. Yeah, I'm gonna try that, I guess. I'm gonna run down there to the River Gate and, I guess, check that out and just see. Can I put a waypoint? Oh, I can. There. Oh, I can't go out through there. How do I get out through there? Up here, maybe? And the opposite way? Yeah, I think this looks right. Man, my buddy who's also playing this game was telling me about like the frame rate issues that it's been having like outside of combat, and I think I just started noticing them today. So yeah, that's fun. Let's go, buddy. No, I refuse. Refuse to engage with you. Where am I going? Okay, now we're good. A little scaly to be a griffin there. Other scorpions. This is the only other Western Cairn Norvent. Actually, it's the only other Cairn Norvent gate at all, as the Western knowledge. If he's not here, I don't know where he would be. Oh, is that him? I don't know. Oh, wait. Maybe?
Griffins don't exactly make for easy prey.
Okay, yep.
Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew.
Oh, I see him up there. Yeah, he's just bobbing his head. Hey, buddy, come down here. Dos mea. got a big bounty on his head. Let's see if we can't make it out.
We'll have to wait. Vogel, look sharp.
What is he trying to do? Okay, that. Oh, he makes tornadoes too. That looks like fun. I forget how to lock on. That is an issue for fighting this guy. He seems to like moving around quite a bit. Okay, that's pretty delayed. How did that not hit me? How did I not get a perfect dodge on it? I'm very confused as to what happened. Oh. Is Jill okay? She sounds like she's having a real rough time. Oh, man. Oh, boy. There we go. There we go. Back to... Noble dive, eh? Interesting.
Thanks, boy.
I'm not exactly sure what that attack did.
Nice try.
Where did I find the kill bug in all of that? Dang, that doesn't give you much time to dodge, does it? That one down. Oh, wow, that's a really big window. That's a really big window for you to silver. So, like, dodge in. Okay. Wow, that... I don't know what that was that hit so hard, but I'll take it, I guess. Guess we'll just tank that.
That's better.
There we go. I think this is just pure power. And we're gonna do this just because. Apparently, Limit Break doesn't do much will damage, unfortunately. Come here, you. I was gonna say, that might well kill him. Outright. There we go. Scarlet Tight. Torgal, what have you
Something
found?
that boy. Could that be our man?
Probably our man. Hello there, friend. How are you? I need you to help me make my blacksmith not cry all the time.
Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off. Must have lost sight of me in the grass, though. I'd be dead if it hadn't.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille. I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of me.
Not so lowly from what I hear. Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not an easy woman to forget. Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work, as far as I recall. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pittance, though. She sent you for a refund?
It's not her who sent me.
I'm gonna need you to come to the hideaway ASAP, sir. Come on down. Join the crew.
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art, and not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. It's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified tanner. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but... Well, actually, I suppose you could give him this.
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that cuirass. If your man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what he's looking at.
You sure?
Well, you did save my life. And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. I'd say it's the least I can do. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it. Secrets of the trade and whatnot.
In that case, I'll see that he gets it.
I'd be much obliged if you would. Right. I've got some greaves to make. You send your blacksmith my regards.
Will do. And thank you.
What kindly old good. Kind of wish he would come to the hideaway.
Blackthorn's mood.
That's fine. I kind of like that the body just still laying here. Wonder if it'll ever get cleaned up. Hiya. You're dead, idiot. Nah, that one went a little far. Ooh, oh wow, that was quite the little cooldown animation you had. Yeah, I suppose back to Blackthorn. That appears to be all we can do for now, so we'll go talk to him and then I think, call it a stroom. Big old stroom. Blackthorn, I found this leather on the ground.
And with a bit of luck, Clive might even find the geezer.
Bloody busybodies, the both of you.
Wait, who's calling Torgal a monster? Who's that? Hold on. I didn't hear it, I just read it on the thing. Who's calling Torgal a monster? Who is that? Who wants to die tonight? Hey? That's what I thought. What are you up to?
Ivan's newest dish is a masterpiece. Once you get over the urge to gag, that is.
Fair enough. Anyway, Blackthorn, I have some leather for you.
How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him, or does the hunt continue?
I found him. And he asked me to give you this, along with his regards.
Treated leather.
You're joking.
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was done.
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. Good few times, too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish. Oh, this is fine work. Even finer than I thought.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Just looks like leather to me. Still, I'm glad you're happy. Here, Clive. You didn't happen to catch the fella's name, did you?
Camille, I believe.
Oh, okay.
I thought
I
as
didn't.
much. There ain't many leather
So
workers
bad
in the
at
realm
names.
daft enough to do their own hunting, see? And his name kept cropping up when I was asking around. Turns out he's from Tabor. And again, most leather workers are. But our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret, the details of which are the subject of some debate in the leather-working community.
Then we better keep this close to our chests.
Listen, sorry for putting the both of you to all that trouble. Should have kept my moaning to myself. Still, I'm glad you found him. This has cheered me right up.
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway. He did most of the work.
It's good to have you back.
Yeah, I killed a griffin, man. It was great.
Just don't expect me to go turning out work like this. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets them to layer up so nicely. And don't get me started on how much oiling this leather would need. But I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a curse breaker will have no trouble caring for. Anyway, enough nattering. I've got work to be getting on with.
Nice.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out there. I wouldn't have been the same anyway. No one spins a yarn like old Blackthorn in his cups. Right, now that's sorted. I've got duties to attend to. Thanks, Clive. You've given me my mate back.
Seriously, who are you? I honestly don't remember this man's name. Other than it's August, or, like, why he's been here. Drake Slayer's belt design. Ooh. Alright, that might be worth, yeah, that might be worth grabbing. I'll have to see. Design drafts, you obtain that thing. Blackthorn can make it. Cool.
Clive. For Sancthornian, do you?
Drake Slayer's Electrum.
Bring me the materials, and I'll think about it.
What is an Electrum? How do I get that? I don't know if that means it's from a notorious mark or what. Because I see the Electrum, and then it's got like this weird little monster icon. I don't know what that means yet. But we will come back to that later. And I think that's everything for now. Next is just to go do that story beat, which I think we'll pick up on Thursday. I'm just gonna go check the Alliant reports just to make sure. Oh, hey, we got notoriety. Hey, buddy. Hunt board. All hunts complete. Sick. Oh, wait, did they ever update that other one with a picture? Yes, they did. Okay. Cool.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back, so...
A swelling chorus. Rose is a rose orchestration roll and an empty shard. From the Merriam Mummer. It used to be I would step into a tavern only to find myself overwhelmed with requests to sing of Dion the Bold or the Quirl and the Serving Girl. But now all anyone wants to hear is Sid the Outlaw. You have made me a very rich man, my friend. The Merry Mummer.
You earned this.
Merry Moomer. Oh, such a big moomer.
Come again. I may have more for you.
What do you got, buddy?
Clive. Here you go.
Nothing
can
cool.
help?
Sick. Awesome. Now off we go. Actually, is there any, like, icons or... Oh, you know what? You know what? We should probably,
I could have sworn we had a...
Probably fill up my potions. So I basically want to just jump right into that battle right after, right
Well,
on,
don't just stand there
hopefully
gawping.
Thursday?
If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. You'll not find a better price than that.
There we go. Alrighty, so I think that's about... Wait, can I get anything here? Sort of. But not really. Is this single target? Yeah, just single target. Okay. Create a ball of lightning that... Oh! That's actually pretty cool. Hold on. Throw that in there. Oh! I like this. It feels like you build this system out a little more. That's not the counter even. This... Neither's that. Oh, that's too much. So sad. Oh, there's actually one here too. Oh. Why am I not saving up for these things? You know what? I'm gonna save up for the rest of this. So anyway, oh wait. I forgot. I was gonna save and call it a stream. Override on save one. Alright. So, thank you guys all for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw here today, why not leave a follow here on Twitch? And then go follow me at my Twitter as well to see when I'll be streaming next. I think I should be good to stream on Thursday. But I'm not, you know, I've been kind of saying that for a couple weeks, but, you know, it's fine. And yeah, and then go check my YouTube archive if you want to see the other pieces of this playthrough. And, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!